women, and we get into this whole battle over not sleeping with white women. And then the very next morning, my wife wakes me up, and she was like, "Babe, they done made a video about you." And so on Facebook, this is in 2009, 2010, like January, the title was like "F him," like my Hebrew name at the time, because I had a different Hebrew name back then, and they was like "F him." And that shit blew my mind that they did a whole video because I didn't
Wow.
want to sleep with white women or didn't
Wow.
agree
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
sleeping with white
So
women.
that type of that literally splits people up, or something like that.
Well, you talk about as far as camps?
Yeah, as far as
No, no, no. You know what split camps up? What split camps up is what split any organization up. Ego, pride, and money. They'll tell you all day that it's a doctrine or something like that, but it's like, let's say you and I are in a group.
Yeah.
You outrank me. I can't get above you because you're the top. The only way I can have your position is if whatever you teaching, now all of a sudden something's wrong with it.
I see.
Or I got to go branch off and do it. And then
I
now when
see.
I go start my own thing, I'm keeping this. Here's the bugged out part that bugs me out the most. When I leave you,
Yeah.
I teach the exact same things that I was teaching when I was with you. The
Yeah.
only difference is if you a priest, now I'm a priest.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
happens? Now me and you can stand together like this.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
never real doctrine.
I see.
It's never. It's always somebody wanted to outrank
status
somebody,
or rank.
status or
Yeah.
power
Yeah.
or ego. And if I could, what I always like to point out, what I love about Commander General Hunter, my leader, he hasn't had a rank raise since he had his rank of general. He's only been a general since like the 80s. And if he wanted to, he could have said, "I'm gonna be a high priest," because all the priests left. He didn't take any rank, and we have been able to keep this house based or separated from those type of problems. So
I
we
see.
don't have power issues. We don't
I
have
see.
jealous issues. We don't have nothing. I'm with the same men I've been with forever, but we learned those lessons.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
in the early 90s, you had splits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But split is never over doctrine. They'll tell you it's doctrine, but when you get to the
Really?
root of it,
Uh-huh.
it's always
They
something.
just want it higher.
Yeah,
They
it's
want it
always
higher.
something.
That's so interesting, man. I always thought about that. I wondered. I was like GMS and Sakari and all this kind of. I'm like, man, what's the difference? I never really knew what the difference was. You know, but yeah.
Petty disagreement, and if it's about brotherhood, that's the other thing that bothered me because, and this ain't a Israelite thing. You got different sets of Christians.
Yes, exactly. The
You got Lutheran, Baptist, you got all these, and all it comes down to is lack of brotherhood at the core.
Yeah.
Because if we're brothers, there shouldn't be an issue that we can't work out.
I agree.
So those are a bunch of heathens. You know, when Christ said if they won't hear the church, then they're heathen. There's a bunch of heathens out there creating Christian groups, Israelite groups, Arabic groups, Black Panther groups, all of that. All of them suffer the same thing, just lack of brotherhood.
Yeah, for sure. Man, that's interesting, man.